Morning everybody, and welcome to the 2024 National Farm Machinery Show. Everybody, this video is sponsored by Kentucky Venues and National Farm Machinery Show. So me and Dad are just walking in here first morning. If you're unfamiliar with the Farm Machinery Show, this is one of the biggest farm shows in the world, probably the biggest indoor show in the United States for sure, I would say. It takes place at the Louisville Exposition Center, the State Fairground. Encompasses, I don't even know how many thousand square feet, but it's big. And we're going to see the latest and greatest. So Dad and I are getting here just a little before the show opens. One of the things that I want to check out while we're at this show is the new Case IH AF11 and the CR11 New Holland combines. It's C&H's new twin rotor, large size class 11 combine. And well, there's one sitting in front of me, so let's see if we can go track down someone from Case to talk to about it. So I'm here with Ryan Call of Case IH, and we're looking at the AF11. So this just launched this week, correct?
Absolutely. So this is the first public showing at National Farm Machinery Show.
Yeah, pretty exciting stuff. So you mind telling us a little bit about the size of this machine? Just looking at it, it looks huge, but what are some of the things that separate this from your previous large combine, your 9250?
Yeah, absolutely. So when we designed this combine, really looking at three main pillars. So throughput and capacity. So bigger customers are looking to do more with less, or more in less time, and providing really the ability to sometimes pull an extra operator out of your operation. If you can go from a larger number of combines down, this combine will provide the ability to do that for you. Second would be technology. On our current 9250 series or 250 series altogether, we have Harvest Command, which we brought into this machine. We'll move that into some additional automation systems, into our cleaning system, into our residue management system, and on top of that, it's really uptime, runtime. The machine can have all the throughput in the world, all the technology, but if it's not easy to keep maintained and easy to keep in the field, it doesn't do our producers what it needs to.
Right, yeah. As far as capacity size, I think I've seen on a order there 775 horsepower, is that correct?
That's correct.
So it seems to me, just as a Midwest farmer, that's really being geared towards pushing bigger heads, I would imagine. What's the unload size? What can the unloader handle as far as the width of the platform?
Well, so we can unload at up to 6 bushels per second, and right now we're slated to do 50 foot plus headers.
Okay. And then it's dual rotor, correct?
This is.
Okay.
Yep. First move into a dual rotor machine for Case IH.
That's pretty exciting. And then the grain tank's 576, is that?
567.
567,
Absolutely.
Wow. Okay. Is tracks an option or just duals for now?
Yep, tracks will be an option on this machine, absolutely.
Okay, and is it the same engine you guys have been using, or is it a different power plant?
So it's a Cursor 16-liter engine.
Okay, is that the same in the quad, the large quad Steiger?
I would have to verify that with the tractor team.
Yep. I got you. So I know one thing that everyone's going to ask is what separates this from the counterpart, the CR11.
Yeah, so when it comes to what separates us from our counterpart, really you're looking at the history and heritage of our axial flow machines. So coming up on 47 years of axial flow technology, which is what we bring into the rotors of this machine. On top of that, Power Plus CVT drives. So we've had the ability to reverse rotors and reverse feeders. We brought that into this machine as well.
Okay.
And then ultimately it comes back to service and support as well. So making sure that our dealer network is ready to go and ready to support this machine when it hits the field.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, I appreciate the interview.
Absolutely.
So one thing that strikes me about this machine when I were roped off from actually climbing up in it, but I did notice it appears to have a Pro 700 in it, which is kind of surprising because that is a monitor they are phasing out, but apparently they are still running it in the combine. I don't think that's a 1200. I would climb up here and check, but I can't. So now we might as well check out the New Holland version of that combine. There is some differences. That's one of the things I wanted to clear up today. It does sound like the Case has the CVT drive, as that guy said, so We'll check out the New Holland now. And it's also roped off. That's kind of disappointing. All right, checking out this New Holland CR11. I'm here with Curtis Hillen from New Holland. Curtis, do you mind telling us a little bit about this machine?
Absolutely. Yeah, as you said, this is our new CR11 combine. Today, we're at the National Farm Machinery Show, and we're making our North America debut with this machine. It was revealed last November at the Agritechnica show. A lot of excitement around it. We're excited to have it here today and talk about it some more.
So this is the first time it's been available to the public? This is the
first time we've been had it at a show in North America. That's right. So, yeah, this tops our current lineup. So it's a level above our current CR 10.90. We've got 775 horsepower, twin 24-inch rotors, bigger and longer than what we know today.
How does that compare to the the Class 10 machine before that?
Sure,
diameter?
Sure. Yeah, the Class 10 machine, our 10.90 today, is a 22-inch rotor, so now we've gone up to 24.
24 is okay.
And we've also gone longer. So we have significantly more threshing and separation area. We have a new cleaning system in here. We call it our twin cleaning system. It's actually like two cleaning systems in front and back of each other. So we've got up to 50% more cleaning system capacity, a new elevator to support all that capacity. We've got 567 bushel grain tank and 6 bushel a second unload rate.
Okay. One thing I noticed, a 50-foot head on this, and somehow that makes this combine makes that 50-foot head just look like another head.
That's right.
Is the design is going forward? It appears to me like this machine is geared towards bigger heads, more capacity. So is this auger? Is this capable of going 50+ foot then?
Yes.
Starts unload?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. We've kind of designed for the future here, recognizing that heads are going to continue to get wider. Our unload system is capable. Our residue spreading system, we've got a totally new spreader system on here. It's capable of spreading more than 60 feet. This one's equipped with our IntelliSpread option, so we're using radars. It's a new feature that we're offering. We're using radars to look at that spread material, and then we can automatically adjust the spreader settings to make sure we're getting full spread with up to 60 feet.
Okay. Going up in the cab, is it the same basic cab, same basic footprint, I guess, as previous models, or is this an all different cab? Or?
Sure, it's a good question. So current CR owners are going to recognize that cab. It's going to feel very familiar to what they know today. A few of the key differences that they're going to see: we've upgraded from the IntelliView 4 to the IntelliView 12 display, and we now have two IntelliView 12s in there as standard. So we've got the PLMI with the improved navigation and connectivity, the better display quality. That's one of the things they're going to notice. The other thing they're going to notice on this machine is that we've added a lot more in-cab controls. So depending on how you've configured it, there's up to 7 new in-cab remote controls, things like chopper shift, chopper counter knife engagement.
That
sort of a thing.
So a little bit more switching crop to crop is done inside the cab.
Right from the cab. That's right.
Gotcha. So I noticed this is sitting on dual. Is this tracks an option, or is it a dual machine only? Or?
Yeah, we will have a track option on this machine as well. We've got, you can see here, we've got some larger duals than what we offer today. Recognizing it's a bigger machine, we want to be able to support wider heads. But along that train of thought, one of the things that we recognize in going with a bigger machine is it can't just simply get heavier. So we've paid a lot of attention during the design to keep the weight of this machine down. So if you look feature to feature, we're just a few percent more weight than a current 10.90 similarly equipped, for example. So that was really important to us to make sure that we keep that weight down, because it helps with our ground drive efficiency, helps with compaction concerns, that sort of thing. Yep.
All right. Well, hey, I appreciate your time.
Absolutely. Thanks, Brian.
So I forgot to ask Curtis what makes this combine different from the case combine. I don't think there's much. I think there's basically just a few minor differences in the cab, or not, they're extremely similar. But here we got a FD2 50-foot McDon head. These are hard to find. So besides checking out the latest and greatest, one thing we like to do at this show is look at things that we're kind of planning on upgrading at some point, or things that we're interested in the future. Like in years past, we've looked at hopper bottoms because we were going to upgrade to hopper bottom, and every hopper bottom manufacturer's here, or corn heads, or attachments for corn heads, things like that. This year we have a honeybee head coming, so I'm gonna stop over here at the honeybee booth and kind of crawl around on their head. We've already ordered this head, it is coming, but I've only seen one a few times, so just kind of want to familiarize myself with it a little bit.
They got something for you.
So this is the same model of our head, the NXT. This is a 35 footer and we're going to be running a 50 footer, but I guess that might mean 236. That might mean 36 foot. Not 100% sure on their numbering, but just kind of looking around the back of this head here. It kind of looks like an Agco single point. Might be a deer though. Now, one thing about the honeybee is it runs off air, so we got airbags here, and that's what controls the flex in our cutter bar.
So what this shows that you're in flex mode.
Okay.
You switch that over, it goes to rigid mode. Like right now, there's no rigid sensors on it. So then what you'll do is the sensor is right here. So then when you adjust the sensor, it shows that it's moving.
Oh, okay.
So that way you can tell if make sure our sensors are working properly. And then the center is how you adjust air pressure. Right now there's 80 psi. So if you want to add air, you turn the pump on.
Okay.
If you want to take it out, you dump air.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And this one, that one that's on your reel function. And if you want to tilt your header, then you adjust that, and then you use your propulsion lever on your count. You're like your fore and aft on your reel function.
Yeah.
So you use that normally, and if you want to tilt your header, you flip that, and then you use your fore and aft on your propulsion lever on your count.
Oh, okay.
That's all there is to it. And that's how much flex you have.
Okay.
And that's at 80 psi. So when you're in the field for soybeans, you're going to be running about 45 psi. So that thing's just going to be even more flexible and contour the ground even more. So when you're in wheat, you're going to be at 100 psi. So it's going to be locked out and rigid. Yep.
You said we didn't have the right brakes or something?
I think we need a different con case maybe for wheat. There's the inside of an Ideal. So there's one of our rotors. There's another one just like it on the other side. These are your concaves. Basically that grain's getting threshed out there, falling down here and being cleaned, and the sieves is what I call them. I don't know what Fett calls them. It gets walked out the back of the machine, or the trash does. Check out this Massey Ferguson corn planter we got over here. Kind of interesting, a 55-degree slope with an RC lawnmower. Huh. You doing the kiddie tractor pull?
Oh, down here?
I don't think so. Oh, we got to do our annual check out the JCB booth. Dad likes to drool over these teleskids. I like that one. Maybe a little bit bigger than that one though. Here we got a mother bin.
Where we are, we got ditches between the campus park out at the end of the 6-acre field.
Yeah.
Busy all the time. Probably much until an hour. If you did 6 hours, those hours, you can pick up another hour.
So really the idea behind this is to reduce the high cost equipment like tractor.
Dad, it looks like it's missing something.
It's got joysticks, right?
No, I mean, here.
Oh, right there? Yeah, it's electric.
Electric?
Yeah. Flintstone. Yeah, right there. See?
Ah.
They just don't have the battery in it.
See you again. Holy crap. I was actually just coming to look at the only combine worth looking at here, and I run into this famous guy.
Where's the combine goes down there? That black one.
I don't know.
Oh,
One that has good technology, but
doesn't
always
have
breaks
steering
down.
wheel. Doesn't have steering wheel.
How can you drive it then?
It's got the little sticks.
Do you drive it like a dozer with the
No,
foot?
you just sit right there and just drive it.
That sounds way too easy. I don't know.
Oh,
if
I
I'd like
know.
it.
You take a nap if you want.
Can we get a quote from you, Ron?
I still don't understand the steering wheel-less combine. I might have to come over and drive it for you.
John Deere's just jealous.
They'll have it next year.
Yeah, and Redwood will have it next year.
Exactly. No, yeah.
So this is the Kloss Treon 740. So a few years ago, we demoed one of these. It was a pre-production unit. It didn't have Treon on the side of it, and I couldn't show anybody on the YouTube channel. I believe that was 2 years ago. Really like this combine. Had this combine been available when we bought our Gleaner, this very well might have been our combine because it's about the same price point. And there's just a lot more technology and capacity with this machine for that price point. I think you're going to get dusty pulling the grain cart. It says 400 or 4,500 plus horsepower. Never heard of these ones. So one of Dad's favorite pastimes is to look at all the stuff he wishes he could have, and we do this every time we come, but he's a big fan of the horse planters. So the Farm Machinery Show is huge and spread out, lots of buildings. So we're in the West Wing now. Hadn't made it over here yet. Let's see what we can find down. Here's a couple vendors I want to talk to, and yeah, check it out. So this is a drone spray trailer. We have a drone, and it's something we are going to be doing at some point. So one thing about a drone, you're pumping small amounts of chemicals, but you need to be agitating it because the drone does not have a way to agitate chemical. Basically on a sprayer, your tank with all your mix in it on the sprayer is agitating that chemical so it doesn't settle, but this doesn't do that, so you need to agitate it while you're loading it. That's one of the things that the drone spray trailer has. This one has a top deck for observation. Some shade down here and a place to put your drones. Pretty nice setup, but I'd hate to guess what this thing costs. But it's cheap. So walk around the farm show. I'm at Apex Drone Solutions booth. I'm here with Cody Garrison. He's going to show us a little bit about this sweet drone trailer we got here.
Yeah, thank you. Hey, perfect. Thanks for taking the time to go through this. So, kind of some of the things that kind of highlight our trailer and separate us from everybody else. The easy climb stairway on the front of the trailer. You know, a lot of companies out there are running a ladder. It gets really complicated and hard trying to hold a remote, walk up a ladder, climb up a ladder. With this, you can actually walk up, carry a fan up, drink up, anything you want. And it goes up to our observation deck on the top. So let's walk up here and I'll show you a little bit about the observation deck. So up here, we've got our observation deck. Usually run 2 pilots up here. We have really good line of sight over everything. See when you're spraying. We keep pipeliner clouds on our trailers. These things can withstand up to 120 mile an hour winds. They're fireproof. Got one on the back for your ground guy, one up top for both your pilots. Up here you've got in-floor receptacles right here so you can plug fans in, fridge in, anything you'd want. This is what's called worm floor. This is an additional add-on feature. For some people, they want it. Definitely reduces fatigue, stress on your knees. It's non-porous, no water or anything will ever get through this. Never gets slick, never gets slippery. Really makes a big difference up here. All of your hand railing up here, hand railing, staircase, that's all made out of lightweight aircraft grade aluminum. The handrail right here, all of this folds down if you want to store it in a garage, a shop, anything like that. So now we'll go back down and talk a little bit more about what we got. So we were kind of talking about it up there. Something else good to note. So the handrail, with being up like that, the whole trailer is about 2 inches under 13 foot. So legally, you can still drive down the road with it up, not have to worry about it. The fold down is just an option if you want it. This whole trailer is wired off of 2 deep cycle marine batteries, running all your lights, everything like that. You've got 2 solar panels on the front of the trailer, wired in to charge them. You got a plug that was plugged into your truck. It's charging the batteries as well. A lot of the problem we had when we were running other trailers is ground clearance. Everybody's trailer sat too low. So as you can see, we really raised our trailer, got it up off the ground, getting more ground clearance. Coming back to the wheels, we put 8,000 pound axles on it, 16 ply tires, 17.5-inch wheels, really beefed it up, made sure you're not going to hurt it. I mean, it's a tank. In here in the front, we've got sliding trays that'll hold the drones. These will hold 2 T40s or any type of assortment like that. This slides out both sides of the trailer so you can access your drones from either side. Closes up at night. You can lock your drones in here, make sure they're safe. Coming back here, you've got your doghouse in here, a little bit workstations in here, aluminum tabletops, plenty of lights, plenty of receptacles, plug your laptops in, anything you want. On the front here, you've got an RV step, which literally just rolls up inside, latches like that. Whenever you get where you're going, pull the latch, pull it down, set it up, you're good to go. Coming back here, we had a lot of problems with other trailers not being able to fill from both sides. So we plumbed our trailer with fill valves on both sides of the trailer. That way, no matter where you're spraying, if you're in a ditch, whatever, we can pull up, fill it from both sides. Everything's wired into electrically, including your fuel pump. I've got 45 gallons of fuel, 50 foot of retractable hose reel. This will pull out, stretch around to the back of the trailer, fill up your generators, anything you need there. Coming back here, you can see how everything is really neatly labeled, neatly done, clean plumbing, very easy to operate and use. Right here, we've got your Summit hose reel, one of the best in the industry. 100 foot of line right here, stretch out, fill your drones on the back of the trailer, keep you running, keep you going fast. We use DJI generators with our DJI drones. They go into the middle there, charging our battery boxes. That way, got your cooling, everything's set up there. When you come up the trailer, grab a battery, grab your hose reel, fill a drone, you're good to go. In the floor back here, you can see we've got the E-Track. It's set up to work with our patented drone dolly cart. This way, if you're going in between fields throughout the day and you've got a little bit of chemical left in a drone, you can just roll it up here, strap it on, get you right on to the next drone. Aluminum ramp back here, this comes up, slides under the trailer, latches in place out of the way. That way, easy to transport, easy to move, lightweight, very easy to operate. One of the last kind of key things I want to mention on our trailer, so we have, everything is set up for functionality. So as you can see, this trailer is already set up to run an inductor. So if somebody wants to run an inductor, we just unscrew these 2 caps, tie their inductor in, and they're good to go. We use actual Honda engines on ours with name brand Pacer pumps on the back of this. That way, if you ever do have something problem with it, you can go to any farm store in America and pick up a repair kit for that Pacer pump. That really kind of sums everything up for us. You know, again, you can see the fill valve on this side of the trailer. Really proud of our trailer. I think it really stands out. I think everybody will see the benefits of it, and that's about all we got. But I really appreciate you taking your time, and thank you, sir. And if there's any questions out there, you know, feel free to let me know. So, my name's Cody Garrison with Apex Chem Solutions. Help us help you spray more acres.
One day, maybe we'll get one of those. One big draw of National Farm Machinery Show is tractor pulls. And they stage these things over here in Broadband Arena. And you can walk over and check them out before the pulls every night. Hey, do I recognize you guys from social media?
No.
Yes, this is the new cat skid steer. If you haven't noticed, we are kind of cat people. We like cat equipment, and did you do that? We did have it. I don't think so.
Okay. Yep.
Suspension's probably good enough, won't even spill.
Yep.
I mean, like I said, they've made some enhancements compared to that machine.
There you go. Yeah, I've looked at one video. I know from dealers looked at one video.
So one of the exciting things I've seen at the show is the new Cat skid steer. So I'm here with Chris Kearns from Boyd Cat. And Chris, do you mind telling us a little bit about some of the new changes for the skid steer?
Yes, sir. The Cat 255 is replacing the current model 259. It's about a 10,000 pound machine, right under 10,000 pounds. And they have changed this machine completely. The first thing you'll notice is the loader arms are different compared to the Bobcat. The engine is a new Caterpillar engine that gives you more power to the ground as far as more torque. It lifts more, it lifts higher, and you get more dynamic stability. So when you do lift it and you move it, the machine tracks stay on the ground a lot better than the current models.
Okay, so your tip over weight's a lot higher than the previous ones.
So it's not only just lifting it, but what do you do when you move with the machine? And a lot of people would tell you that sometimes when you move a heavy load, that you will feel it get on its nose, which we say on the front idlers, and can feel very tippy. With the new center of gravity and the stability of this machine, it keeps more track on the ground, so you can move your heavy load more comfortably without feeling it in the cab. As far as the cab itself, it has got probably, I'd say about 30% bigger compared to the current model. It truly is a bigger person cab. Taller, doesn't matter. There's more leg room, the foot pedals in a better position, and it really is a true enhancement on the size of the cab, which has been always something that has been brought up to me as far as kind of a knock on the sealed and pressurized cab. The door is completely different. No longer do you have to worry about debris getting caught on the front of the machine and trapping you in the machine. We lowered the step, slanted the front, and if you ever did need to get out of the machine, you can just lift it off. So that kind of eliminates being trapped in the machine. As long as you can clear that front edge, you can get out of the machine comfortably and safely. So it is a redesigned undercarriage as well. Keeps more track on the ground. Like I said, for more dynamic stability. What do you do with the weight when you lift it? You have to move it. What we can do is we can stabilize the machine so you don't get that rocking feeling. It'll help the operator feel more comfortable in the cab. Out here in the back, like I said, it is a brand new engine compared to the current models, the 259 and the 289. It is still under 75 horsepower, so this machine does not include DEF, but it is a Perkins Caterpillar engine that Caterpillar's owned Perkins for many, many years, so it is a true Caterpillar engine. As you can see, it sits very low. That helps with the stability of the machine. This is a vertical lift machine. More reach height. This one will reach up to 124 inches compared to 121 that was on the 259. The 265 that replaced the 289 over here now reaches over 11 feet. It's 132.7. So if you need to get into a 10-foot tri-axle, it rolls in very easily. Pretty much to cut, the nuts and bolts onto it, the new Cat skid steers, more power to the ground, more lifting ability, and more lifting height with a bigger cab. All the things that we've heard over the years that could be a knock, they have addressed on these new models. Come see it. It'll come visit your local Caterpillar dealer and check them out.
So when will these be available for retail?
Right now, the order slots were opened up in November of last year, so the 255 and 265s, you should start seeing them in the ground as far as April or May of this year.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Yes. So one thing we're going to check out before we get out of here is the precision planting booth. As well, we might be using a precision planting monitor to plant corn with this year. So walking through the precision planting booth, I noticed that there was a row unit here that had a precision logo on it. So I bumped into Sean Hansen from Precision and thought maybe we'd learn a little bit more about this.
For sure, yeah. So Sean Hansen from the product support team here at Precision Planting. What we're looking at here is the cornerstone planting system. So for the first time from the bar of that planter back, it's 100% precision planting engineered. So fully integrated planting system. So just kind of looking at all the different creature comforts that we have, some of the features of that. Stuff always happens when your hopper's full, right? So feature you get here, rear tipping hopper, being able to access that meter very easily, really a big benefit, especially if you've got that 3-bushel hopper. Some of the design as we come from the front back, right? So fully integrated. Delta Force, didn't have to make brackets for, right? It's integrated right into it. Duraware style parallel arms, that's our dual style bushing parallel arms. Kind of the obvious difference of what you'd see here, a trailing style gauge wheel arm, right? So looking at, a trailing versus a leading gauge wheel arm, really just did a lot of that research into those and came with that trailing gauge wheel arm, really improving the row unit ride. As we move kind of deeper in, if you look at this from the back, it's a quite a bit wider shank. So we really integrate a harness inside the shank, liquid lines, air lines, everything stays within that shank. Also have closing tail alignment, so as you're kind of getting that alignment there, you can use a cam nut that's here, really align that closing tail behind your furrow. And we also have a depth calibration there, so you can true up that depth as you're going through and setting that calibration to begin the spring.
Okay, so I'm guessing the whole row unit's customizable. Like, if I'm not mistaken, like this is something, if I was retrofitting a planter, I could just say, hey, I need 12 rows and get the whole unit sent to me in a box, correct?
Correct, yeah.
And is that completely customizable based on what precision parts I want to put on it then?
Correct, yeah. So this is going to be in beta testing this year. Our goal with a commercial release would be an integrated options, right?
Okay.
So it'll be Delta Force, it will be V-Drive. From there's going to be a lot of different options as far as different liquid application points, if we want to add speed tube for that high-speed planning, furrow force for closing, a lot of our different options for our products there.
Okay. All right, well, I appreciate the info.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, while walking through the lot, one other thing I noticed was this gigantic iPad. Oddly enough, I can't get on Facebook with it, but Nathan, you mind telling us a little bit about what we have going on here?
Yeah, so what we have going on here is our app called Panorama. We also have it on the web browser, so you can go to panorama.ag and get a little more information about it there as well. But basically what it is it's a simple to use data viewing platform that is all 2020 files. So everything created on the Gen 3 and .1 software or newer, that's going to be able to be viewed in the app. So a couple things I want to kind of highlight here. First, we have just our generic coverage map. Everything shows up how it does on the 2020, but I can start to split map layers and start to do some comparisons and diagnostics. One really cool thing about Panorama is I can do yield by anything. So I can start to do some analysis of, let's back out of this screen real quick. Let's go. I want to get some data with some harvest data in there as well. Let's take a look here. Yeah, here we go. So I can pull up my dry yield map layer. I can see it as it appears on the Gen 3. So once this loads, right? So there's my harvest. If I come here, split my map layer, I can then select any other map layer I want and compare it to my yield. So if we want to go to our planting and let's do our crop hybrid, right? That's a big one, right? Everybody wants to be able to know how did my hybrid perform. So then I can come down here to my tools and I can hit my compare and it's going to show up as what that hybrid did. So if I had multiple hybrids, it would show every hybrid and what the yield was for that hybrid. I can do the same thing with downforce, my liquid application, whatever it may be, seed release index. It'll give me a metric for that. So it's a really cool, simple to use. I can verify what happened in the field. Online I have some deeper diagnostic tools of like what actually happened, so I can start to see some event codes and whatnot. But it's a really cool option to just have it at your fingertips. I can see it anywhere from my phone or from my computer. So we're really excited to see where it goes from here.
All right, man. Well, hey, I appreciate the info.
Absolutely, appreciate it.
So I think our time at the show is just about to come to an end. One thing I did notice, this grain cart has a back door. Well, folks, that's it. We're done. We're heading home. We always have a great time at the National Farm Machinery Show. In fact, Dad was telling me he hasn't missed a National Farm Machinery Show since 1972.
72. Oh my God.
So it's kind of our yearly tradition to come to the show. Really enjoy it. Have a great time every year. And thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.